And I turn to the distinguished representative of Zambia now to address the audience. The floor is yours, Zambia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, for according me this opportunity to address the Committee on Information. Zambia congratulates you for your skillful chairmanship of this committee. The Zambian delegation aligns itself with the statement delivered by the distinguished permanent representative of the Kingdom of Thailand on behalf of the Group of 77 and China. Mr. Chairperson, at the onset, allow me to express my delegation's profound appreciation to the Undersecretary General for Communications and Public Information, Ms. Christina Galak, for her detailed presentation to member states about the activities of the United Nations Department of Public Information, DPI, including promotional works and partnerships, including those focusing on sustainable development and climate change. Zambia is appreciative of the role that the DPI continues to play in keeping people informed and educated about the activities of the United Nations and its member states. Mr. Chairperson, this being the first session of this Noble Committee since the landmark adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development in September 2015 and the signing of the Paris Agreement on Climate Change by 175 member states last week, Zambia wishes to implore the Department of Public Information to enhance its information dissemination to educate the people about sustainable development goals and climate change, for them to appreciate and join hands with their governments and other stakeholders to reach the set goals and targets. The impact of climate change are too harsh to contemplate for landlocked developing countries, least developed countries, and small island developing states, the categories in which most African countries fall under. There is need for everybody to be brought on board and made aware of the need to preserve and protect the environment in order to avert the catastrophic consequences of climate change. This will ensure that no one is left behind. Therefore, the role of DPI is cardinal in sensitizing the masses through sharing of relevant information to address the situation before it gets out of hand. Mr. Chairperson, the goals set out in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development are the core of Zambia's development agenda. In that regard, my government stresses the importance of providing timely and educative information to our citizens in order to achieve our national development objectives and aligning them with the SDGs. Additionally, my delegation wishes to encourage closer cooperation between the DPI and the Zambian media industry, which would enable the latter to access informational material from the United Nations, particularly on sustainable development, climate change, peace and security, among other fields of interest. As highlighted by the Group of 77 and China, Zambia wishes to encourage the Department of Public Information to continue raising global awareness and building partnerships for the robust actions to implement priority issues. My delegation would like to applaud the United Nations country offices and UN information centers to enhance their information dissemination, especially through schools and in local languages, as this will help break language barriers and enable honorary members of society to engage in discussions on issues of national and international interest. Mr. Chairperson, Zambia wishes to emphasize the important role that freedom of expression, speech, and media play in consolidating democracy, good governance, transparency, accountability, social and economic development. It is in this regard that the government of Zambia continues to be steadfast in its quest to enhance media freedom and access to information to ensure that many people have timely and accurate information to enable them make informed decisions for the benefit of their lives, households, communities, and the country at large. Zambia is committed to promoting and protecting free press, freedom of expression, and speech. Mr. Chairperson, the government of Zambia supports the government media to operate independently without political interference or any hindrance. Furthermore, the government has encouraged the establishment of private media houses throughout the country. This has led to an increase in the number of privately owned electronic, print, and online news media. Mr. Chairperson, Zambia reaffirms its commitment to closely work with the United Nations Department of Information and the entire UN family. In conclusion, Zambia, in its capacity as Vice Chair of this committee, looks forward to successful deliberations and conclusion of the 38th session of the Committee on Information. Mr. Chairperson, I thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Zambia for his statement.